I think I wrote an essay last year that frames the Sarumans and the Radagasts as two types of real magic. Most founders, most CEOs are canonically the former type, the Sarumans, the builders, than the gardeners. And I think there's a structural reason for that. Like just to rehash the overall argument, we talk all the time about magic. Magic obviously isn't real in the physical world, like duh. But in the social world, it absolutely is real. And the social world is where we make most of the decisions that then lead into the physical world. So in a very real sense, magic affects the physical world. And in this essay, I described two different archetypes of real magic. For both of them work for game theoretic reasons. They work for totally different reasons. And the first is the Saruman. And this is the typical Steve Jobs, is a canonical Saruman. It's the heroic, powerful, insightful startup leader and somebody who believes in the great man theory of history, one. Two, believes that they themselves are a great man. And three, has enough initial success that leads others to believe that they might be a great man. This can become a self-accelerating thing where enough people believe it's true that they take actions assuming that it will be true, which causes it to become true. It's like a reality distortion field that follows these leaders. The way it works game theoretically is a complete and total absence of self-doubt. This is one of the ways that you get Steve Jobs style massive dent in the universe kind of outcomes that create all kinds of amazing value. The vast majority of people who attempt to use this magic are just jerks. They're just annoying jerks that people don't like working with. But the vast, vast, vast majority of them are the ones that really make a difference use this magic. The second type of magic is the Radagast. And I don't know Lord of the Rings that well, except for, I watched the movies a couple of times. I actually asked Claude to help me unpack the backstory. Turns out Saruman, I'm talking about Saruman before the Lord of the Rings movies, back when Saruman was just an industrious, powerful wizard and before he had his kind of like evil turn and descended into evilness. Claude tells me has a rich history of many thousands of years that he was in that mode. But the Radagast in the movies is, the guy who's in the wizard who's in the woods. And it's like, is he even magic? And he's got like, bird poop on him and he's high all the time or whatever. And the Radagast magic works for a totally different world. This is the gardener magic. And it works by loving everything and everyone around you and seeing seeds of greatness everywhere you look and helping develop those seeds of greatness into something that's larger than the sum of its parts. And this magic fundamentally, to wield it, you have to let go of the idea of getting credit for what you do. It's fundamentally an indirect effect. It's possible to do this easily. It's possible to do this with very low risk, actually. The problem is that when it happens, people will say, oh, you just got lucky. You just happened to be there when that miracle happened. And no, it's like I'm farming miracles. I'm structurally creating the potential for miracles on a continuous basis. I can tell you why it works. I can tell you why, but whenever it happens, it will always look like luck. If you're okay with that, if you're okay with performance review system at your company, not recognizing that effort, then you can do real magic.